I can't believe what I am witnessing from the San Diego Padres, a heartbreaker of a loss. But is this the break from our slump that we really needed, or is everything still the same as it is and we should still be worried? We'll talk about all of that in just a second. Before anything, hi, welcome back to another episode of Padres Digest with your host, Andrew. Happy to be back as always. Before we get into everything, two things. Make sure you stick around to the end of the video because we do have some post-game fan reactions where I get you guys, the fans, involved. Post on Twitter, post on the subreddit. Maybe you'll be featured on the channel. And of course, please subscribe. The more you subscribe, the better you feel. And right now, Padres fans need good feelings. So please subscribe. Okay. So I know you're going to expect me to go on a 18-minute rant about how pissed off I am at the Padres right now. But I'm actually not that upset, to be honest. I don't want to say this is the happiest I've felt about a loss in a while, because obviously I'm not happy that we lost. But, we can score runs. I mean, when you go 14-0 last game to at least a relatively close game today, you start having a better outlook on the Padres' offense and in life in general. So I'm not actually, pissed. I'm upset. I'm sad. But I'm hopeful. I'm optimistic. Let's talk about these post-game talking points real quick. First talking point, holy sheets. That's all I can say about that for right now. We'll get into it. Was Kolek actually good today? You might say yes, you might say no. And some positives from a positive game. At first it looked kind of hopeless, but there are some positives from today. So let's start with, of course, holy Gavin Sheets. Thank you for popping up on my screen again. So I guess we can start with this actually. We were swept by the Mariners and Blue Jays. Love the fight at the end, but we got to do better. This is simply pathetic. Yeah, so what you're going to notice is a lot of pissed off fans right now. And I don't blame them, obviously. 6 straight losses. Horrible, horrible, awful. But today was, I hope, a game changer in the heads of the Padres team. Because there was some fight. This is the most, exciting game I've seen in a week, even though we lost. But, this is the first time I've had hope in a while. Let's put it that way. But third career multi-homer game for Gavin Sheets, and his first with the Padres, and this goes hand in hand. Gavin Sheets' third career 5 RBI game has been fun to watch. The White Sox have lost both of his previous 5 RBI games. And then now we've lost for him. So he's never won a game where he's hit 5 RBIs, which is so sad. I, of course, have those highlights. But I feel like whenever Gavin Sheets kind of falls off a little bit, and I expect the least. Even yesterday, if you watched my video, I was like, Gavin Sheets, he's not great right now. Something like that. I forgot exactly what I said. But every time Gavin Sheets does kind of bad, he starts picking things up. So when my expectations are lowest, he does good. And I mean, 2 home runs and an RBI in the extra innings. We will take 5 RBIs literally any day of the week from Gavin Sheets. And this is the best I've seen Gavin Sheets ever play, I guess, because I never watched him as a White Sox. So one thing I want to point out real quick. Before coming to San Diego, he had a 20% strikeout ratio, a 9.4 on swing strength percentage, and then a 0.385 slugging. And entering today, he actually strikes out more, but he is swinging harder, and it's getting his slugging percentage up. So swinging and missing more, and his bat speed is up. Maybe he is taking more chances. And I kind of like that. I do really like that. I kind of wish some Padres right now, like Xander Bogaerts, for example, would start swinging more, because sometimes it would be nice if we could score some runs off some clutch hits. So let's go to the box score real quick. Bogaerts only pinch hit today. I forget he didn't start. But as you can see, Fernando Tatis is stinky right now. He is absolutely stinky. Some of the worst at-bats I've seen, especially in extra innings, when he was 3-1. 3-1. Not anymore, Gavin Sheets. Not yet. 3-1, and you're swinging at a horrible pitch. 3-2. The same exact pitch in the same exact location. Complete swing and a miss. I don't know what Tatis is doing, but it is not working at all. 3 strikeouts is not what we want. Arraez with his first strikeout in 50 years. That was crazy to watch. But 2 strikeouts, 2 hits, we'll take that. Of course, the clutch RBI. I'll show you that in a sec. Machado with an Absolute stinker. I know he scored a run, but that was an extra innings. Absolute stinker. I think someone's mowing their lawn in the background. So sorry about that. Jackson Merrill with a bounce-back game. Love having Jackson Merrill back. Hopefully he's back for good. But Gavin Sheets, 3 hits, 2 home runs, 5 RBIs. We love it. And I kind of want to toot my own horn here for a second. A couple days ago, I was presenting a lineup, right? And I said the most important thing we can do right now is get on base and have the home run hitters, only 2 of them right now, but the home run hitters hit home runs. And what happens? Merrill gets on base, Gavin Sheets hits 2 home runs. That was the most offense we've had in like a week. Just to toot my own horn for a second. But like, Iglesias, he was okay. Diaz is Diaz, 2 strikeouts, not great. Brandon Lockridge has not impressed me recently. I kind of wish he would. But yeah, I was saying Lockridge needs regular at-bats, but he's kind of proving me wrong right now. But yeah, I think the biggest part about today is, of course, 0 for 39 streak was broken with Luis Arraez's go-ahead RBI single. And we had 2 not that one. We had 2 really good base hits in the extra innings. I mean, Luis Arraez breaks the streak, and I already showed you the Gavin Sheets one, but we have scored now with runners in scoring position. That is fantastic. But being 0 for 39 in the first place is awful, and I saw the record for the Padres was 0 for 40, so we literally almost tied our record. But yeah, another thing I want to show you real quick though. Luis Arraez has 4 extra base hits this series and has scored 0 times. So while there were definitely positives in this team with Gavin Sheets and, just in general, there are still some absolute stinkers on this team. We're not there yet, but I do think this was a step in the right direction for the Padres. And real quick, let's just talk about was Kolek actually good today. So 7 hits, 4 runs, 3 earned runs, 3 walks, 6 strikeouts. So there were times, I personally feel, where Kolek looked really good. I think it was the 6th inning. Let me double check. I don't think it has it on here, but I'm pretty sure it was the 6th inning. His last inning, it was 1, 2, 3, and he looked really good. And then there were some points where it was like, okay, but I kind of spoiled this highlight real quick, but I feel like 2 of these runs were not his fault. I think it was Gavin Sheets' fault for trying to be a good first baseman when he's not. That's not his play. I mean, you can see Jake Cronenworth had this ball 1,000,000%. That would have got us out of the inning, but they scored 2 more runs after that. So I feel like I'm only going to give him 2 earned runs instead of 3 and an error. But 3 walks, I don't love that. I mean, it could be worse. But 3 walks isn't great. 6 strikeouts, we'll take that. 7 hits, not a fantastic. But I feel like for a number 5 starter, I'm absolutely taking that from Stephen Kolek. Absolutely. Bullpen-wise, Yuki Matsui still impresses me. Sean Reynolds has done really well. The 1 walk, fine. Jason Adam, Roberto Suarez, and Jeremiah Estrada are supposed to be solid guys. So I don't think entirely. I'm pretty sure this is my next picture. Let me see. We'll get into that in a sec. But this is slightly outdated, of course. But Suarez hasn't pitched since before the 17th of May. I don't even remember the last time he pitched. And we put him in today, and he looked a little bit out of practice. Not horrible, but a little out of practice, and he gave up a run. Fine. Jason Adam hasn't pitched since the 18th, and he looked okay. I mean, some of those walks weren't really his fault. The umpiring was very questionable today. But he looked a little shaky. And then Estrada goes 20 pitches last game, and we throw him out for this game. Genuinely, I think Mike Shildt screwed up when he took out Suarez. Suarez, while he wasn't looking amazing, he was fresh enough he could have gone 2 innings. I know it's a long season, don't get me wrong, but I had faith in Suarez. Estrada, I think he was a little tired. So I'm not going to panic or anything like that. But like Matsui, he's good. Sean Reynolds has been doing better, which I love. He's better than Alec Jacob right now. So the pitching was there for the most part. Kind of icky at the end. But again, the extra inning runner rule kind of kills a lot of teams. Helps a lot of teams, but kills a lot of teams. It's the story of life. But yeah, that was that. I'm thinking if I forgot anything. No. So let's get some. I said the positives kind of already, but I keep pressing the wrong button. The positives, bullpen still relatively solid for the most part. Kolek was semi-solid, except for the. I mean, even though Suarez and Estrada kind of lost the game for us, I don't think they did horrible. Again, they haven't been pitching in a while, but the fact that Merrill might be back, Gavin Sheets hopefully stays hot, and Arraez hopefully stays relatively hot. He's on a 9-game hit streak I saw. Those are the positives. I'm praying, my hope and my prayers are that this game gets him out of a slump. I'm going to show you the preview for next series real quick, but the Braves, even though they don't look great right now, on paper they're still a great team and probably better than the Blue Jays. So I guess we'll get into our next game series stuff, our series preview. So starting tomorrow, pretty early games at 1:10, but the thing I want you to notice, top right, we only have a 37.4% chance of winning this game, the first game at least, but probably the series in general. Obviously, losing 6 straight games does that to you. We're 11-13 in away games. But team stat-wise, we're technically around, or I guess we're basically around the same hitting and pitching-wise. And we play better in the day than the Braves. But obviously the Braves hit much more home runs than we do, and they have hitters like Austin Riley, Matt Olson. Those guys are really good. Ronald Acuna is still injured, so we'll take that. It sounds rude. We will gracefully appreciate his absence. But I mean, Verdugo has been hitting pretty well from what I've seen. Austin Riley's Austin Riley, and Matt Olson. I don't know how Ozuna's doing recently, but I mean, he was really good last year. So Drake Baldwin, I feel like he was doing pretty good. I don't remember. Ozzie Albies is Ozzie Albies. Michael Harris the second. So they have really good players. Some of them are underperforming, don't get me wrong, but they're still really good players. And then, of course, game 1. This will be interesting. Nick Pivetta, Chris Sale, 2 nasty people, both former Red Sox. That'll be a narrative, I'm sure. But Michael King versus Holmes. I don't know who Holmes is, but I hope we can take advantage of that game. And then Dylan Cease versus Schwellenbach. That'll be a fun game. As you can tell, Chris Sale and Spencer Schwellenbach are both solid pitchers. So it'll be interesting. We swept the Braves in 4 games, the opening series. I don't think that's going to happen again. I would hope to God it'll happen again. I don't think it will. But as you can see right now, we are dropping in the standings. We're never going to be 5th place at least, but we are definitely dropping in the standings, and I do not appreciate it at all whatsoever. But I still think there is hope for this team. I think today proved that there could be a sliver of hope, and I guess we'll just hope and pray that everything goes all right. I did kind of show you this real quick. I'll show you this first. So this is a good breakdown I saw on Reddit about why we might be losing. So we started 14-3, and now I've gone 13-18 since, with 4-10 since Merrill returned, and we seemingly are full health. We are now only 1 game from falling out of the wild card spot. It's May. Let's not worry about the wild card spot yet. What trends are we seeing? This team has no home run pop outside of Tatis and Sheets. Machado, I saw on internet, I don't know if it's true, but Machado's on pace for only 11 home runs this year, which is awful. This team does not run the bases since Tatis tweaked his shoulder. Only stolen base threat is Lockridge. Because of this, we hit into more ground into double plays. I need 3 singles to get an RBI. Yeah, I didn't notice until I read this, but we have not been stealing any bases whatsoever. Bogaerts and Manny used to be in the top of the stolen bases leaderboards for the year, but I don't think that's the case anymore. We are bottom 5 in baseball and working pitch counts. Not having Profar/Kim is hurting us here as much. As such, starters have less long innings and work longer into games. I mean, obviously missing Profar and Kim is going to be a big deal for this team, but I feel like I'm okay with working pitch counts, but I feel like that's kind of hurting us at this point because I feel like our lack of aggressiveness is hurting some players. I mean, Tatis, no, he's still aggressive, but he's striking out. But Bogaerts is watching pitches he should be swinging at. I think Cronenworth kind of does the same thing. Arraez swings at everything and somehow it works, but sometimes it doesn't. It depends on the player. I think working pitch counts works for some players, like Arraez. It doesn't for other players. It's very hit or miss. Let's put it that way, right? This team has been very bad infield defense. Manny leads third base in errors. Bogey has no range and a noodle arm. Crone has a broken rib. Sheets is somehow worse at first base than Arraez. Yes, all very true. Manny is kind of falling off this year. He doesn't look bad. The worst part is Manny doesn't look awful on offense. It's just it's not the Manny we're used to. I mean, he still hits for average, but The power's gone. Defense is fading. I don't know how to feel about Machado right now. And then Bogey, I liked him better at second base, but whatever. And then I don't mind Sheets at first base for like every once in a while. I prefer Arraez, of course, but neither of them are going to win a Gold Glove anytime soon. Let's put it that way. But yeah, let's not make Sheets a regular thing at first base. People want him in left field. If you don't like him at first, why would you want him in left field? You know what I mean? Like, DH is fine for Sheets. We'll put in Tyler Wade at left. We'll live, honestly. Once we go down, there's very little faith in this team has what it takes to come back and win, primarily because of 1, 2, 3 above. Yeah and no. I mean, today kind of proved we still have some fight, but we need to learn how to execute. Let's put it that way, right? It's not like we're hitting and pitching well, but finding a way to lose. Every team has bad pockets, but this team is not passing the eye test. My hope is AJ can address some of the issues above, but it is what it is. It's also falling on Shildt to address some of those problems, but yeah. If we didn't have great pitching, we'd be toast. If AJ makes a trade for a left field with Pop and goes back to the run first philosophy we had in our hot streak, then I'll be 100% back on believing. But if everything stays as it is hard to see us making the playoffs in a really strong NL this year. Speaking of left fielders with Pop, I've already showed you guys this before. Taylor Wade's still available. These stats are a little out of date because you haven't changed it from the last video, but he's been hitting really, really well. Angels fans have said he's super streaky, and they like him, but it's better than nothing. At this point, it's better than nothing. But I want to show you this, of course. Better figure it out before this gauntlet. We're playing 4 at San Francisco, 3 at Milwaukee, 3 against the Dodgers, 3 against the Diamondbacks, 4 against the Dodgers, and Kansas City. June is going to kick our butt. Like, outrageously kick our butt. So, we need to figure it out. I will say, I feel like the Padres are very good at playing up the competition. So, I'm hoping that the Braves will snap them back into reality. But obviously, I'm pretty sure all these teams have better records. But I hope and I think the Padres will rise to the occasion. I think, and I hope. They have to, pretty much, because we're playing the division this month. And it'll really hurt us if we're getting swept every single series, obviously. But, like, we need to win games, obviously. But let's keep the optimism. Let's keep the faith. And let's read some post-game fan reactions. You're going to notice a very tonal shift in these because some of them from, like, middle of the game. Some of them are after the game. But it was a very crazy game, let's put it that way. From the little defense I've seen of Sheets, I'm leaning towards hiding his glove from him. Yeah, Sheets is not great at defense. At all. Bro's knees must be buckling carrying the team today. That's obviously about Sheets. Yes, he carried the team. He hurt the team. It's a very mixed bag right now. But again, we'll always take 5 RBIs and 2 home runs from Sheets any day of the week. Holy sheesh is how I feel about this game. Absolutely. Padres are hit listener. This one was really stupid, but it made me laugh, and I want to share it with you. Padres are hitless in their last 36 at-bats with runners in scoring position. We broke that, obviously. MLB record long streak is 48. This is the outrageous part. Since the season is basically over, I'm rooting for them to not only set the record, but to set it unbreakably high. It is May. We are like 50 games in. What do you mean the season's over? What are we talking about, bro? I know these past few games have sucked. There is over 100 games left. The season is not over. There might be a troll account. It probably is, but like, what are we talking about? What are we talking about? Gavin Sheets, I hope you have an absolutely lovely dinner and perfect night's sleep tonight and get everything you ever desire for the rest of your life. We love Gavin Sheets. Well, we scored some runs. Hopefully that's a thing. Very sad ending. That's the best recap of this game that we can have. But yeah, I'm hopeful about tomorrow and the next couple of series. I'm not super mad, like I said. I think we have hope, and I hope you guys have hope. Let me know what you guys feel about today, or how you feel about today, I should say. How much do you love Sheets? How much do you hate losing? And just, let me know how you feel. Thank you guys for watching. Please subscribe as always. And of course, even though we're playing bad, always, always go Padres. Thank you so much for watching.